Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about GC3 Health and Safety Practical Application. The first part in the report is observation sheet which carries 30 marks. In the observation sheet you have to write 20 to 25 hazards covering 5 categories like electrical, mechanical, manual handling. Like it, you have to cover any 5 category of primary hazards and then you have to write 1 or 2 good practices. While writing observation or observation sheet, we have to observe the following. In the first column, you have to write what type of hazard, what type of risk it has, what is the consequence of hazard, and the place where you found this hazard. These are the information you have to write in your first column of your observation sheet. In the second column, you have to mention about your immediate control measure and the long-term control measure. In the third column, you have to mention about your immediate action time scale. Usually it will be in the range of 24 hours to 3 days. And then you have to mention about your long-term action time scale, which is usually more than 3 days. Let's look at an example. In this observation sheet, we have written hazard. Hazard is presence of lubricating oil leakage near compressor piston of LNG unit 1. In this, what is hazard? Presence of lubricating oil. Where it is located or where it is found near the compressor piston of LNG unit 1. After hazard is done, you have to write your risk. What is the risk? It may lead to slip and consequence result in minor head injury to major fracture. In this way, in the first column, you have to mention about your hazard, your risk and the consequence. The second column, you have to mention about your immediate control measure. That is, keep signage and housekeeping to be done. That is the immediate control measure in this case. And then the second, and then you have to write about your long-term control measure. That is, dip tape to be kept under the piston assembly and maintenance to be done regularly. This is your long-term control measure. And the third column, you have to mention about your time scale. For immediate control measure, the time scale is within 24 hours. For the long-term control measure, the time scale is 4 days. In this way, if you take one observation, it must have hazard, risk, consequence, immediate control measure, long-term control measure, immediate time scale and long-term time scale. Like this, one observation must have 7 parts. Like this, you have to write 20 to 25 hazards. After you have written the 20 to 25 hazards, you have to mention management report carries 70 marks. The first part of the management report is introduction, which carries 5 marks. In introduction, the clear and appropriate description of the company where you did inspection, like you have to mention about your company, the date and time of inspection, description of workplace selected, objectives of inspection, the equipment and the activities occurring in the area, shift pattern and worker strength, standards achieved by the company like ISO, OSHA, like that you have to mention the standards achieved by the company. So these are the informations you have to mention in the introduction section. Next is executive summary. Executive summary carries 5 marks. This executive summary composed of 2 parts. One is short briefing about the 5 major hazards and the next is benefits to manager. So first of all, what is major hazard? The hazard which is having the maximum potential to cause severe damage to property or personal injury, or it will cause ill health, which is what we call as 5 major hazards. So we have to choose 5 major hazards from your observation sheet. And you have to give the proper title for your major hazard, like slip hazard, electrical hazard, fire hazard, housekeeping, welfare hazard, like that. You have to give the proper title for your major hazard. Along with that, you have to mention your observation number. For example, look at the first hazard, slip hazard observation 1, which says this slip hazard is taken from the observation sheet of the serial number 1. Like that, you have to mention your hazard as well as the observation number. And after that, you have to give the short briefing about each hazard, like what is the hazard and risk and consequence. You have to give the short summary about each hazard. Okay. And second part of the executive summary is the benefits to manager. In the benefits to manager, first part specify what are the consequences of the management, what are the consequences the management will face. Especially you have to talk about the enforcement action. If the control measures are not implemented properly, what kind of consequences the management has to face, that you have to mention in the first part. The second part, you have to mention how the management will benefit in terms of economic and legal issues if the hazards are not controlled properly. Like that, you have to mention about the enforcement actions. If the control measures are not taken properly, what kind of enforcement action will happen? Similarly, if the control measures are implemented properly, how the management will benefit. Both you have to mention under this benefits to manager section. The next part of the report is main findings, which again carries 30 marks. Okay, in the executive summary, you are talked about the 5 major hazards. The same 5 major hazards to be briefed in this main finding. That is, each of the hazard, what we have mentioned in the executive summary, has to be detailed. Each major hazard must have this following 6 sections, like you have to mention about in detail about the hazard risk and consequences. You have to mention about the ILO breaches. You have to even mention how the ILO has breached, which is what we call as a breach statement. And then you have to write about an influential statement, and then immediate and the long term action, immediate and the long term action cost. This cost to be mentioned in the US dollars. These are the sections of your main findings. Let's have an example for this. I have given an example for the slip hazard, what we discussed just before. So the slip hazard main finding, first section, we have to give the detailed points about the hazard. You have to summarize the hazard with risk and consequence. Like the compressor C1 near the LNG purifier section is used to compress light natural gas more than 200 psi. So during inspection, now you have to write what hazard you observed. During inspection, the lubricating oil which helps for the frictionless function of the piston is found to be leaked near the piston assembly area and spread across the workplace, which may result in slip hazard. And then what will happen? You have to brief like this. As workers and supervisors used to walk around the workplace often to monitor production activities, they prone to slip and fall down, which may result in minor injury to major injury. Like that, in the first part, we have to give the detailed version about the hazard, what kind of risk it will create and what consequence it will cause. The second part, we have to mention which ILO has breached. In this scenario, this following ILO has breached. According to ILO Article 16 of C155, it is the duty of employer to provide safe workplace. This is the ILO breached, and then you have to write how the ILO has breached, breach statement. The above hazard indicates that the management is not monitoring maintenance activity properly, which is acting as a breach of the above convention. Like this, detailedly you have to mention about the hazard and then write which ILO has breached, and then you write how ILO has breached. The next part is we have to write about the influential. We have to write a statement which influences the management, like the lubrication oil leakage which has spread in the workplace near the compressor leads to several personal injury, results in production loss, manpower loss and delay in product delivery. All these factors will affect the business reputation of the organization. To avoid this, it is emphasized that the management must implement control measure within the specified time scale. In this way, we have to write the influential statement to influence the management to take control measure. And then we have to mention about your immediate and long-term action. Immediate control measure is proper signage to be kept, and the long-term control measure of providing dictate will be done. These are the 2 control measures you have to mention, and then you have to write about your control measure cost. The slip warning signage cost is US $50, short-term control measure cost, and then long-term control measure cost. The dip tray cost is approximately US $400. Like that, you have to write about your immediate and long-term actions with the cost factors. Next is your conclusion. Conclusion carries 15 marks. The conclusion, you have to write a short summary of your 5 major hazards and risks. You have to write a short summary of your 5 major hazards and risks, and then write about the consequence of non-compliances. That is, if you are not implementing the proper control measures, what kind of enforcement actions will happen, that you have to mention. And then you have to write how the management will be benefited economically if the control measures implemented properly. And finally, end the report very positively by using the words positive safety culture, good safety performance, good business reputation. Like this, you have to end the report in a positive manner. So, short summary about the 5 major hazards, write about the consequence of non-compliances, and then write how the management will be benefited economically if the control measures implemented properly, and finally end the report in a positive manner. In this way, you have to write your conclusion. Next is your recommendation, which carries 15 marks. In the recommendation, you have to draw a tabular column, and then in the first column, you have to mention about your immediate control measure and the long-term control measure. The second column, you have to mention about your immediate control measure cost and the long-term control measure cost. And third column, you have to mention the priority. Always mention high or medium, because all the hazards are major hazard, so it should be either high or medium priority. And finally, in the fourth column, mention about your target date. You can write more than one control measures also, but you have to write effective control measure. Even if it is one, it is more than enough if it is an effective control measure. Let's take an example for this. You can see here, you have to write your observation, hazard name, slip hazard, and what is the observation number of this. And then you have to mention your immediate control measure and the long-term control measure. The second column, you can see immediate control measure cost and the long-term control measure cost. And the third column, you have to mention about your priorities. And fourth column, you have to mention about your time scales. So, immediate control measure, long-term control measure, immediate control measure cost, long-term control measure cost, priority, immediate control measure time scale, long-term control measure time scale. All these informations to be tabulated in the recommendation column. So I hope I have given the complete understanding about your GC3 report. I wish you to implement all these informations properly. So all the best and best wishes from Green World Group. Thank you.